Hello, friends. My name is Bridge Best, and here I have been thinking for a long time that how should I gather myself, my thoughts, and keep it somewhere so that I can revisit someday and see how much progress I have made. Okay, many of you might not know, but I have recently started learning coding. So I was really interested in getting into this computer science and all things because I've seen that the world is moving digital, right? You may have heard it a lot of times. And yes, one more time from mine, but it is the reality. It is to accept that we will be living more in the digital world than the actual world. So, when you are going to live in a world, why not to get acquainted with that? And as a result, I have decided to learn coding so that I can keep up with the world and I can continue excelling, progressing, and continue learning new things so that I can be part of this upcoming complete digital world and do not lag behind, right? So there is always a sense of fear of losing, fear of missing out, which is called FOMO, right? So yes, for me it has really worked. The FOMO has worked for me, and that has landed me to um, learn the coding, and ultimately I'm here sharing via this video how and what progress I have made. So in the beginning, I was just searching randomly and I landed on a YouTube channel named Code with Harry. Right? Harry, he has been really an immense help for me. I have learned a lot from his videos. I started learning HTML to begin with because he also drew an entire map as to how you should go ahead with learning if you want to learn coding, become a programmer, and for software development as whole. So I learned about different things before I actually started learning HTML. So I went through the roadmap for front end developer. I went through the roadmap of back end development, personal, and then as a whole full stack developer, right? So I got an idea that how I should just take the steps or like learn in stages so that it is easier for me and I can keep it up, like I can keep up with the pace. So yeah, when I started with HTML, then I finished that course on YouTube. I also engage myself about sharing on the social media platforms by starting with 100 days of code hashtag, right? But honestly, I couldn't keep it up because of some reasons, personal reasons. And I understood that yes, it's not mandatory to show to the world that I'm learning. And then I stopped doing that. But now, again, what I feel is when you are showing your work to the outer world, somewhere you get that sense of responsibility that yes, if you stop doing that, someone might think that yes, you have stopped learning. And in fact, it will also land in your mind as well that you stop learning someday if you are not keep on doing what you are doing. So stopping the journey of social media sharing via 100 days of code was really like a bad situation for me because I couldn't continue regularly learning. I was learning, but I was not sharing. So maybe that has ended up with irregularity in my life. So yeah, I'm just continuing, like learning from my mistakes and uh, creating this video. So yes, after checking out and exploring the roadmaps of different positions and expertise, I started with HTML. Then I finished that course. I worked on the project that Harry had shared. I finished that project. I saved in my PC, or I would say laptop. I kept the PC aside. I'm working on the laptop now because it is easier to open and close it. Then I went on with the CSS learning. So I continued with the CSS learning, and then I finished the project of creating a clone website of an e-commerce platform. I finished that. I also learned about JavaScript just after CSS. So I did learn from Harry's video about JavaScript, but I wasn't content enough because it was, to be very honest, going up above the head. So I decided to like take on a descriptive, a full-fledged course, and currently that's what I'm pursuing, the JavaScript, 30 days of JavaScript, which is available on GitHub website. So I will show you my progress here. Let's see what I have done so far. So what I've done is I have organized everything on my laptop so that I could go through that as and when needed. And let me just show you. So here is my folder that I have created. Yeah, maybe it is blur. Yeah, let me just stabilize it. So this is the folder I have created, best code, where I started with HTML. I will just show you here. So I started with HTML, and I downloaded some notes from Harry. Alongside, I was making my own notes, like chapter wise, right? Here I was making the notes in a notepad, right? So everything was like very much organized, right? So these are the things that I have done. After that, I started learning CSS. So I went on with the CSS chapters one by one. Then practice sets were also created, so you will be able to see. So yeah, I did a lot of hard work, homework, created a project as well in CSS journey as well. And after that, I started with JavaScript. So yeah, that was also there, but as you know, I didn't get much in JavaScript. So now what I have started is I have started working on an course, which is 30 days JavaScript. I'll show you here. This is the one on GitHub, right? You can search for this 30 days of JavaScript, right? Asabene is the author. He created this course on January 2022, 2020. So it's almost 2 years old, however still really effective if you want to learn JavaScript, because the basics will remain the same. So yeah, this is what I'm doing now. It's my second day now, so I'm going to learn about these all things, and hopefully I'll continue and finish this 30 days and be more confident about JavaScript as well. It will also give me an opportunity to go through the HTML and CSS concepts and continue my journey of coding. I will also make sure that I keep it updated on any of the social medias so that I can track my progress and I can be persistent in my efforts. So that's what I would like to share as of now. If you have any suggestions for me, I am really happy to welcome all of you to share the same with me by commenting and be part of my progress. Thank you so much.